After taking part in the local celebration of National Indigenous Peoples Day yesterday, federal NDP leader Jagmeet Singh was at the local waterfront this morning to announce a substantial housing proposition.
The NDP wants a tax reduction for developers who build affordable housing in Thunder Bay and other cities across the country. Mike Lang has the details.
We need to encourage and incentivize building more homes that people can afford. That's what we want to do. Ultimately, we need to build more homes quickly that more people can afford.
NDP leader Jagmeet Singh referred to his call for more affordable housing as an investment that must be made.
Vacancy rates in Thunder Bay are at 1%. That means if you lose your home or if you've got to move, you're facing potentially being on the streets because there's simply no availability. And that should not be the way things are. We can't afford not to act.
By proposing a reduction in GST for developers, Singh hopes to create additional housing in cities like Thunder Bay that meets their definition of affordability, which is 80% of the average market rent. Singh also believes that a housing-first approach can also solve issues such as addictions and unemployment while providing a boost to local economies.
If people don't have a place to live, how can people come to the city? How can new workers come to the city? How can people come here and build a life if there's nowhere for people to rent, nowhere for people to live?
On the provincial level, local MPP Lise Vaugeois acknowledged the provincial government's efforts to reduce homelessness, but she adds that the middle class must be catered to as well.
I think it's important that there are incentives. I hope that this actually comes to pass. I'm still hoping that the provincial government will also then partner with the federal government so that there's funding for this middle level of housing.
We have to change the way the housing market is looked at, and that means a lot more non-market housing, looking at cooperatives and not-for-profit housing. It also means incentivizing private developers to build more. That's absolutely a part of the solution. That means ensuring we've got more rental, not just places for people to purchase, but people also need a place to rent.
Through conversations with Prime Minister Trudeau, Singh believes that incentives are the best way to pressure developers to create more affordable housing at 80% of the average market rental rate. Meanwhile, Vaugeois believes that underused buildings such as the Guiway on Court Street project right behind me, they could be prime real estate that could be turned into multiplex housing for those who need it most. Mike Lang, TBT News.